Welcome back, everybody. Monday Roundup, Sideline Talk podcast is back. Just before we start going on, make sure you hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube and do subscribe if you haven't already. Lots of content coming. We're back. New season is back. 3 very disappointed Arsenal fans on tonight. Myself, Danny and Sam. Danny is back, recovered from his illness. Danny, mate, go to you. How are you doing? You okay?
Not too bad, mate. A lot better than I have been. Yeah, let's get cracking. Let's talk about.
Might be a flat one, isn't it?
Yeah. This might be a bit of a crappy one, but we move. Miller, how's things?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm okay. Let's just go.
Yeah, let's just go on. Obviously, Friday night. I mean, we all know, the elephant in the room, shall we say, was the first game, Brentford Arsenal. Let's touch on that. I'm quite glad it is the first game that we can talk of, actually, because I want to get it off our chest. Danny, I'm gonna go to you first. What did you make of starting Balogun and Martinelli together? First of all, I want to know what you made of the lineup, because obviously, Aubameyang and Lacazette being. Yeah, like, what did you make of that as well? Like, do you think they really are ill, or do you think there's something else going on?
They're both ill at the same time. All right then. Okay, cool. I think it's a load of bollocks. Ill. They don't really say much about it. How ill? What ill with what? They've been training. They've been.
When he got malaria, Dan, didn't they come out and say that straight away?
Well, yeah. I think there's more. There's obviously, like I keep saying all the time, there's a lot more that goes behind the scenes that we don't know about, and that is with every club. But again, start with Balogun and Martinelli. They've never played together. I mean, they don't play full stop.
Yeah,
Arteta never plays them.
It
was always going to be a tough game because obviously Brentford haven't been in the Premier League for, I think it's like 70 odd years. The first game of Premier League season. It's the first game with fans back, obviously. It was always going to be a tough game regardless. I'd have rather have lost a game putting up a fight. We were terrible. We were shocking. I don't actually have anything else to say, to be honest with them. I'm actually really fucking pissed off. But I've actually stopped. It sounds harsh, but I don't care as I once did. I've lost.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I see these players, half these players don't want to fucking be there. Half these players don't want to be there.
This is the problem.
They don't look like they want to be there anyway.
This is the big issue, isn't it? I think the most embarrassing part of it was that we were outplayed. This is a team, first time in the Premier League, and they've outplayed us completely. And we are one of the few teams in that league at the moment that have a point to prove. So when we're being outplayed by a team that have never even been there, I think the squad depth was an issue. Obviously, bringing Nelson on to fix things, it's not really ideal. I mean, it was short enough already. So for Aubameyang and Lacazette to be out, it just adds fuel to the fire, doesn't it? I thought Brentford looked good, though.
Defence was shocking.
Yeah. What do you make about Callum Chambers, Miller? I'll go to you, mate. What do you think? Do you not think he's been at Arsenal too long now? He's been given too many chances.
I think he's been given far too many chances. Let's be real. He's not a Premier League defender, let alone a Premier League right back or wherever. He's got. They say he's got a number of positions. Well, I'd like to see him hold down one position first instead of testing him out everywhere else. As much as I slate Bellerin off, I would have rather have seen him in that team. Let's be real. We looked slow at the back there. We looked out of ideas.
That's another player we can talk about. Bellerin, is he going? What is going on with him? The kid's he's still only 26 years old. I've always liked Bellerin. I know Den knows this. I've always had something for Bellerin. Is he as good as he once was for us? Obviously not.
Lost a yard, isn't he?
I still think you can do a better job out there than what Callum Chambers did and can do.
Yeah, I agree with you. You've also got the likes of Cedric, haven't you, as well? Let's be real. They're both, with Bellerin and Cedric, they're both, international defenders. They play for their national teams. All right, maybe not Bellerin as much, but...
We can talk about Kieran Tierney. He had a shocking game as well.
Yeah.
No one had it. No one really had a good game.
This is the problem. This is the issue. Like people said that Kieran Tierney and Smith Rowe played really well. I don't think they necessarily played very well. I think the others just had such a terrible game that they were the only ones who could really stand out. Lokonga looked promising. That's probably the only positive part of that game, is that Lokonga keeps looking good. But the level we're at the minute, I feel like you could put a donkey in that team and he would still somehow do all right. I'm not even over exaggerating. I don't feel like there's a big job on your hands to go in there and look good or to stand out. But I thought Ivan Toney really showed what Aubameyang lacks, because Aubameyang just scores. When he's not scoring, he does absolutely nothing. And then Ivan Toney, he's at the back like he's centre half, like in set pieces. I wouldn't want to be up against him. I think he was different gravy, and he showed exactly what Aubameyang and Lacazette need to realise. Maybe not so much Lacazette, that you don't need to be scoring to be a good striker. You can do something like on the other areas. They just
get your body in.
They dominated us, and fair play to any Brentford fan that was at that stadium, because that must have been one hell of a night. It must have been like winning the league or being promoted all over again.
But this all comes back down to what I keep saying, though. It's a desire to want to play for the shirt you're wearing, and that's what it comes down to. Do you want to be there or not? Go out there and try and win every challenge. Try and win every ball in the air. I just haven't seen that for Arsenal for a long time with players. There's no fight for this. There's no fight for. I just haven't seen it. I mean, we saw it with Kieran Tierney last season. We keep saying future captain. He does show that passion. He does show that fight. But half of them other players, honestly, they don't seem interested. What did I say? I said it the other night about social media and Arsenal. I mean, all they seem to care about is their merchandise. I mean, we're the mugs that keep buying it, because as soon as they put out a new shirt, it's hard, because their shirts are unreal and their training kits are unreal. But that's all they seem to care about at the moment, and just paying that fucking idiots.
I haven't bought one. I know you have, Danny. Sam, are you interested in copping one?
Nah. I must admit, I bought.
Nah.
I bought the what was it? Like the first one of the Adidas, the banana one last year, whatever it was. Maybe the year before, the very first one that we got of the old school stuff, because I liked it and there was a bit of hope there. You know what I mean? We just got rid of Emery. Arteta was about and all that, and then now, do you know what? I don't.
We all follow Arsenal. We all follow Arsenal on Insta and whatever. And, when they put their training videos up, like hard work training, another week at hard work, and then they put a load of shit up. They're all doing these interviews and all this fucking other bollocks that they do. And then we watch them on game day.
That's what I'm saying.
It's fucking useless. So what do they do in training? I don't know.
Yeah. Mate, they're making Ketia look like fucking Messi. Putting things top left bins and all this and that, man. It's just fucking hell.
I'm just reading some of the comments. Evening G, she's on. Obviously, Chris said happy that Xhaka said
here we go.
And we was talking about this. Yeah, I'm very happy about Xhaka.
We're just talking about this off air, yeah.
Very happy. And thoughts of rumours of Rudiger coming back. He can't be any worse than the fucking dickheads we got at the moment.
But do you really think? I mean, I don't want to be harsh on the lads, but that's not the answer, is it?
That's not progress for me.
Yeah,
I think that's creating I honestly believe, I'm going to get slander for this, but I think that's creating a new problem, because we're not solving. We're not solving the old one.
Had him.
We're not solving the old problem. If we just bring someone back in that was there last season, okay, January we improved for a couple games, yes. Did he do enough? No, not by any means. Not 100%. By any means.
But a lot of Arsenal fans was
Smith Rowe was arguably a better player. So if we're going to bring someone in that is at the moment not even proven to me is better than Smith Rowe, what's the point? And he'll be at least 35 million. Nah, not worth it.
But do you not think half the problem with this is that, yes, okay, fair enough. It's brilliant to see your Martinellis. It's brilliant to see your Sakas. It's brilliant to see your fucking, give me the other younger names. I'm having a mind blank. Smith Rowe, Balogun, all that lot. But at the end of the day, what's the difference between us and the better teams? They integrate with class and experience around them. We're bringing them in and we have to play them because we're relying on them because we've got fuck all else. But yeah, they're being hung out to dry because we've got literally next to nothing going in the positions that we've got. It's embarrassing, boys. It's a real fucking shit time to be an Arsenal fan.
You heard it about Jamie Carragher. Some of the stuff he was saying.
How impartial was he on Friday night? By the way, you would have thought he was a Brentford fan.
Well, but we deserve it, man.
But we do deserve it. I hope the pundits do throw us under the bus because it's exactly what we deserve.
Especially
I'm
the
sorry,
second
but
goal, and that's when it really kicked off with the second goal. There was just nothing. It's embarrassing. It's
people
actually
didn't even know who to
embarrassing.
blame. People were blaming Leno. People were blaming Chambers.
I mean, let's just
Marie.
get it there quickly.
I'll tell you what. I'm
Anyone that
surprised.
anyone that blaming Leno, get your fucking head fucking.
I hold my hands up. When I first saw it, I went straight to Den in a private message. I was like, Den, he's got to get that. And then I looked it back and stuff like that. I think it was just anger. Yeah, that was harsh. It's come at him so quick.
I blame Chambers for both goals, and I'm not even.
But what? He ain't even got a shout there, though, is he? Let's be real.
For me, the way I see it, he can fuck off back to Fulham, and I hope he takes Bellerin with him as well.
Being serious now, I know it's hard. It's a hard question, right? If you was James Maddison now, right, would you go to Arsenal?
Yeah, this is what I mean.
Would you
G's brought him up there. I'll bring that back up.
If you're at Leicester, if you're at Leicester City right now, I mean, they're a better team than Arsenal at the moment.
Why
it's not even your Leicester,
go for burgers when you got a nice juicy steak at home? Leicester have just won two trophies in 5 months. I don't even know if we'll win a game at the rate we're going at the minute. We can't even get 3 points.
You've got Chelsea, then City.
Yeah, I don't even know when we're next going to win a game.
The only saving grace, though, boys, is that now, like we just talked about before coming on, is that the pressure is now starting to mount. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's only so much longer.
Different games. We were just talking about off air. There's going to be another Kroenke out protest on Sunday. So Arsenal fans, make sure you go get involved. I want to see more people outside than what I see in the stadium. I mean, unfortunately, I'm out of town, but I'd definitely be up for it and go in there if I could. Make the voice known because the movement did die down, didn't it, boys? I think it went from that one night and then all of that one afternoon, and then all of a sudden, people are buying away shirts, people are having orgasms over the third kit, and it's just completely calmed down. I think we need to remember the message and make it loud and clear. But let's move on. I think we're all going to get a little bit high rate over this.
The moral story is Arsenal shit and things need to.
Yeah, we haven't changed. The same old story, same old Arsenal. Let's briefly talk about United Leeds. Brilliant performance from United. I for one am baffled. I had Pogba in my team. I took him out, and then I put Fernandes in. I took him out, and I was like, you know what? The writing's on the wall, isn't it? It's going to happen. And Pogba goes and gets 4 assists. Bloody Fernandes, 3 goals.
He was at the heart of everything.
He was unplayable.
Different gravy, isn't it? And what worries me is that we haven't even seen the acquisitions brought into this team yet. They're playing like that now. Sancho is yet to. Well, I mean, he came on, but he hasn't really been involved as much. He hasn't played his part. They've got Varane at the back now. Him and Maguire. That's just different gravy. Luke Shaw. He's probably going to have a great season coming off Euros. Wan-Bissaka on the right, obviously. I'm terrified for what's going to come from this team. I know Leeds were a shambles at the back. Don't get me wrong. Leeds were quite shocking in defence. But do you think they can actually go and finally win silverware this time round, Danny, based off that performance? Do you think they made a statement, or it is a case of the fact that they need a bigger challenge?
Based on the money they spent and the players they've got, they should be winning a trophy. Whether that be the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, I think they might just fall short on that, but they should be winning a trophy for the money they spent and the players that they do have, because they do have some world-class players in that team. They have World Cup winners in that team. So they should be winning a trophy. That's what I said. That from it doesn't take a genius to work out that Man United are going to be good this year. And I said that before. All right, 5-1 Leeds. You know, like you said, then Leeds were a bit of a shambles at the back and stuff. But even so, and that guy on the screen now, Bruno.
Do you think he gets enough credit?
No.
He got slandered in Euros, didn't he? Bruno got absolutely slandered in Euros. I don't think I saw a player get slandered as much as him. I can't believe Fernandes, they kept calling him. All he does is score penalties, and it's just like, well, that proves a point alone. Like he's capable of a job. And it may be Leeds, they may have been bad, but if he continues in that form, Jesus Christ. And the relationship he formed with Pogba yesterday as well was just worrying alone on itself. Chris has said here, they still have McFred as their pivot. This is what I mean. If you put someone, you put top quality next to Pogba, maybe
I was going to say, even imagine if they had Partey or something.
I think I read somewhere
that'd be-
about Pogba as well that he's running his 12-month contract down and he's going to go to sort of Real Madrid at the end of the season, something like that.
I think it's too early. I think he's not in
It
his
depends
30s.
what they win. Yeah, it depends what they win again this year. If they win a trophy this year, it just depends on what kind of season Pogba has. I suppose maybe that'll make his mind up for him. I don't know, but Man United will have to do everything to keep him because we all know
If they're going to, yeah, you're right. If they're going to do anything, it's going to be through them.
They've got such like even Dan James had a good and arguable good game yesterday, and like they've got so many players out wide now.
Lindelof with a ball through to Fernandez.
Yeah, Lindelof done well. I forget about him sometimes, you know.
Yeah. They've just got world class players, and like I just said, they should be winning the trophy this year. So
yeah, someone made a point earlier about on Match of the Day that they still need a striker, and I am inclined to agree because Cavani is 1 year. I think he's got 1 year left, and I don't see Martial, causing any havoc. He needs to move on. I think if it wasn't for Rashford's situation,
Martial can come to Arsenal if he wants, not me.
Well, we'd fucking have anyone.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah, I think that's still
instantly improves us. So that's the problem.
Yeah, someone's got to. But yeah, I think if it wasn't for Rashford, he'd be out the door because they got Greenwood. He had a great game yesterday as well.
Greenwood as well. Greenwood grabbed a goal. Yeah.
And another entertaining game. Watford Villa. Miller, what did you make of this?
I was really impressed with Watford. I was slagging them off in the week, wasn't I? Thinking, oh, no, I can't see them doing anything. But fuck me, man, they played really well.
You put them in your bottom three.
Yeah, I know. And I text Scotty straight away after I watched the game, and I was like, fuck me, mate, I might have to change that. I'm really sorry. Because don't get me wrong, they nearly lost it again at the end, didn't they? I think their legs went a bit and stuff like that. But nah, man, I was proper impressed with them. Like they'll give a lot of teams a run for their money when they play like that.
Yeah.
Again, another team that's come up again and missed the Premier League, and they just want to play Premier League football. Again, Aston Villa didn't look all too convincing. Maybe they're still getting over the heartbreak of Jack Grealish. Moving on, maybe.
They've brought some players in there, though, haven't they? That has to be mentioned. Like Bundia looked like he was out of the races. And
they've got the money now, haven't they?
For your first game, for your first game back in the Prem at a new club, you'd expect him to be sort of making a statement. But
some good goals in that game as well. Some very, very good goals in that game.
Yeah. Emmanuel Dennis, he looks like he can add a new dimension. I thought McGinn's goal was different. I thought that was top quality.
He kind of like come out in really quick, but he sort of cushioned it in. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember last year he was my underrated player of the season.
Yeah,
I think.
very good player.
Yeah,
very good player.
I think he is. He doesn't get noticed enough in Villa because obviously last season they had Watkins, they had Grealish, but I think he is like and he plays. He's their pivot, but he does it so well as well. Like he seems to
as well. I think.
Yeah, I mean, we'll touch on Southampton in a minute, but I think he did need something else. But I still can't believe how well they kept that all cush. Like no one knew about that, and then it just sort of happened. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how sort of both Watford and Villa, because this is gonna. We were saying this last week. This is gonna be such a tough season to stay in because there's so many clubs there that are capable of scoring goals, and this weekend showed it. I mean, 34 goals overall this weekend, not a single draw in any fixture. I don't know if there has ever been a time where there's not been a draw in the first weekend of the Premier League. But let's move on. Obviously, Everton and Southampton. I'll go to this game next. Ings left them, but it looked like Adam Armstrong was quite strong. I didn't even mean to do that. Adam Armstrong was quite strong, but he.
I see what you did.
I don't think he can bring what Ings brings to the table. But I feel like he has got, like at Blackburn, he seemed to get some good numbers in. So he looks like he can cope with the Premier League, which Southampton needed. But Everton came back 3-1, good result. What do you think of Rafa Benitez, Danny? Do you think he can perhaps still succeed in the Premier League? Has been?
I don't know about the club he's with.
Yeah,
who will succeed. But it's a good manager for him. I mean, Rafa Benitez, he's he knows the Premier League, doesn't he?
Yeah,
so I don't know. We'll see. Can't be much worse than Arteta.
Mate, it's weird. Yeah, was gonna say, considering where he's come from and stuff like that, I don't really know many Everton fans or anything like that, but like I know that when he got announced, he was getting fucking death threats and shit when he already. So
Oh yeah, but to these guys, it's a job, isn't it? It's a job.
yeah, Mourinho would have been fucked if it was the case, isn't it? About loyalty and stuff like that.
Yeah. Goes to Chelsea, United, Tottenham.
Yeah,
You know, it's
be at Arsenal next year.
Probably.
That's the day I stopped supporting them.
Leicester got a good win against Wolves. Did any of you see Vardy's celebration? I don't know what to make of that.
I love that.
I didn't see
First
it.
game of the season. He basically, because obviously it's Wolves, he
ran over
the Wolves. He ran over to them and did the Wolves like chant. But
like howled at him, like that.
Howled at him, yeah. And I thought it's only game one, mate. Calm down. But I mean, maybe he's telling people that he's up for it. I've made a bet with locks. Yeah, Pepe to outscore Vardy. I'll tell you what, I don't know what
mate, you might have fucked it for everyone now.
Yeah. I've really fucked it. Pepe's in my team, fantasy.
He's the only one that's scoring for us as well, really.
Who, Pepe? Yeah, I mean, he had the most shots on Friday night as well, so it can't be a bad.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, I'm beginning to regret that because Leicester have just added like more blood to their team as well. Samare, they brought in Daka, so Vardy's just got more to play with. So the fact that I've stupidly said he's not going to score much, well, you know, shit happens. But yeah, good win for Leicester. Started strong. It was really good to see fans back in the stadiums as well. Like overall, seeing fans, like watching match of the day. I think, regardless of the Arsenal result, I was pleased just to see fans back in stadiums. But yeah, it worked out for some people, including Chelsea. Brilliant start for them. Chalobah getting a goal. I think again, I'm going to basically echo what I said about United. I think Chelsea is now dangerous timed. Obviously, we're playing them next.
Oh, and Lukaku's going to be playing. Oh,
yeah, and coincidentally, Lukaku's back. How do you see this going forward, Miller? Because obviously they've got Werner already. They've spent a ridiculous amount of money on their attack. Don't say that now because you will swallow your words, I reckon.
We've got to be so careful.
It's going to happen, is it?
Yeah,
you know it's going to happen though. Whatever
it'll be 2-0 Werner and Lukaku. Now you've said that, yeah, probably. Miller, what do you make of the threat of Chelsea going into Sunday? Obviously, after seeing them, I mean, they played Palace and to be honest, outplayed them completely.
Which you'd
Stamford
expect.
Bridge was rocking. Yeah, you'd expect it. They're coming off the Super Cup win.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And everyone's expecting them to do well. Like they're supposedly signing the defender Jules Koundé. So I think if they add him, they're literally perfect because everyone knows what their midfield is like. They've got Mount, Havertz, Conte, of course. So I feel like it's a worrying time to be up against them. Do you think we could pull it out the bag? Because we seem to play a little bit better against Chelsea than other teams.
I don't really want to talk. I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be all negative Nancy and stuff, but it's fucking hard not to be. Yeah, okay. And at home, we've got a really good record against them in the last couple of years.
The thing is, it's just hard. Like I think what Sam's trying to say is you just don't know what fucking Arsenal's going to turn up.
That's the problem.
I feel like there's about 3 different Arsenals these days. Like there's one that surprises
really, really shit.
And there's one that's just really shit, and then there's one that's just I don't know, in the middle, poor and good at the same time.
I'll be honest, boys. I think we're going to get absolutely fucking dicked.
Yeah, well, we played them pre-season, and we did the usual Arsenal, didn't we? In pre-season, we gave them a goal, defensive error, trying to play from the back. Sounds about right. But yeah, great result for them. Good little start for this man as well, because like we just mentioned, they've got all them players. I don't know how Chalobah's going to get in that team this season, but
I like the look of him. He's very good.
That's good. You've got to make them because they've just put Gilmore on loan, so I suppose he's trying to make them realise, look, keep me, I'm worth keeping. You've got to put your stamp on things. Newcastle, West Ham. I'll tell you what, this was the maddest game of the weekend for me. I was actually watching this. I was on my phone just watching it when I was in the car, and I didn't know where to look. It was just end to end.
Yeah,
St. Maximin stood out for Newcastle, giving it his all. Obviously, Willock was announced in this game as well. He didn't play, but he was announced to the fans, so he'll be back. It'll be good to see him bring something back to the table because obviously he did change things around for them. He'll come and mix it up. West Ham, I feel for me, they're just at the back is the only issue. I think everywhere else they've got something working for them, but they need to fix their problems in the back four because they just concede far too. Like even when they played us in that 3-3, I just feel like it's too easy to score against them. I feel like if they actually find some rhythm at the back and stability, then you're talking. They'll be cooking with gas. But I'll briefly touch on Burnley Brighton. I didn't really want to talk about this, but I shouldn't miss it out. It was a better result than I thought. I thought it was going to be 0-0. So I suppose 2-1 Brighton, fair play to them. They came back. But, it's not really a game that none of us sit and watch 90 minutes of, unless you're obviously one of them fans. Hate to be brutal, but the truth is, the proof is in the pudding.
There's always one of those games, isn't there?
We're all living in an Antonio Benrahma. Loved watching that. Yeah, very true. Like Chris has said here, Antonio's sort of still performing. And they didn't sign a striker. I thought they would sign a striker. So fair play to him for still making his mark. Benrahma, he had a good pre-season for them from what I've heard from Dom. And he scored a cracking goal yesterday and got an assist as well. It's about time because when he did so much for Brentford and he went a bit quiet for West Ham, didn't he? So they're going to rely on people like him this season because they didn't bring in Lingard in the end.
Which I'm baffed about. I'm baffed.
I think that they wanted to keep. I think that United must have wanted to keep him because West Ham would have put the money on the table. Surely, I think something's gone on. I don't see why West Ham wouldn't have put the money up.
Maybe he would. Maybe he didn't want to go.
Yeah, saying that West Ham have got Lanzini, to be fair. So I suppose not the end of the world. Like he is good, but Lingard is a good option to have. Lanzini's more of a rotated player. Lingard walks straight into that team if they sign him. I think United must have either asked for too much money or they were just being a little bit. Yeah, he just maybe didn't want it. Maybe he saw a future in red. I don't really want to talk about Tottenham City, but we're going to have to.
We have to be real.
We're going to have to be real. Danny, I know you watched this game. What did you make of this? Obviously, it was just icing on the cake, wasn't it? Bad weekend. Started off by Arsenal losing. Tottenham go and prove a point against City.
When's the DVD coming out?
Mate, be careful. Be careful.
I admit we're fucking terrible, but all the yids on my Insta, they're all fucking out till like 2 a.m. They're all waving their fucking flags in the clubs and shit. Fuck me.
Be nice to have something to cheer about that, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah. In all seriousness, I think Man City were poor, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Tottenham, the first 20 minutes or so, Man City looked really good. Tottenham started off slow, but as the game got into it, they just wanted it more. Who was their right back? Got man in the mat. What's his name?
Is it Tanganga?
Tanganga. He was different gravy, mate. Tanganga. Unbelievable.
From minute one, he had Raheem Sterling in his fucking back pocket.
Yeah, he put it on him.
He did, and they were winning every challenge. They were fighting for every ball. They just wanted it more. The fans back, waving the old flags. No, but it did look good. The atmosphere must have been electric there. It's a nice stadium.
It's almost like a legacy for Harry Kane.
Yeah, and
it's so horrible. But...
It just shows you, actually, though, saying about it, Man City do need a striker.
That's the thing, isn't it? Could that be enough for them now to just go, fuck it, we'll have you?
What made me laugh, was how much Grealish just got completely tackled out of the game. And I feel like we're going to see this all season now. You saw it at England when he played in England.
For his first game, he did look good.
I feel like he's going to get absolutely aimed for this season. And I feel like in that game he was.
Fouls. He just draws fouls.
The problem is, though, don't you think, though? Yeah, okay, he draws fouls, and he always draws fouls from deep and even further up the pitch as well. But, like, the thing is, Man City don't really score a lot of goals through direct football. Let's be real. Like, so if they're going long or whacking the balls into the box, that ain't their game, is it?
Yeah. I mean, that guy that was on the screen right now, Heung-min Son, he's different gravy. As soon as he's on a one-on-one, this is what Arsenal always miss. Someone that can actually put the ball in the back of the net. And Son can do it. He's absolutely different class. He's obviously just signed a new contract with Tottenham, so it keeps him there until I think it was 2025.
Yeah. Do you think he could be a permanent? So obviously Harry Kane looks like he's set out, right? Off the field, he didn't put any statement out wishing the team good luck,
He
telling them
weren't
well
there,
done
was
on
he
their
either?
performance. He wasn't there. To me, these are all signs, right? Because if you're playing for a team, regardless of what you're being paid, I mean, he's probably being paid extortionate amount. But when I'm playing, even when you play for a Sunday league team, you're expected to turn up and show your support, right?
I was going to say, do you think that's
or at least,
disrespectful, you two?
yeah, massively. At the
Because
end
they're
of the
saying,
day,
go on, I'll let you finish.
at the end of the day, he's their captain, right? Well, not their captain. He's the England captain, international captain. For one, that's something you got to hold to. I feel like when you're in your country's captain, you've got to have some sort of respect, and profile, personality, whatever you want to call it. No matter how you feel, you just, shrug your shoulders and get on with it. So the fact that he hasn't even tweeted or
even like
posted on Facebook or even just an interview,
Yeah, no, not even an interview, just literally a tweet saying good luck to the boys today on whatever.
Or well done.
I know
or even sung.
If he put that, there'll be massive uproar again. It'll go around again. He's only put that because
you think that's why he's kept silent?
Yeah, 100%. Because he knows that the cycle will go back round again. He'll be back to square one. Everyone talking about it again. Everyone, he probably knows that you don't miss training as a captain, and as what you just correctly just said. Then he's an international captain.
Yeah. I think Lloris is their captain, isn't he? I think Lloris is Tottenham's captain, which I still find mind-boggling. But yeah, I think Lloris is their captain. But still, I feel like even he's got a relationship with Song. I'd love to know what Heung-min Song thinks of all this, because them two were like bread and butter together, weren't they? Like they loved it. Like
maybe this is his way though of forcing stuff, Maybe because they're all saying he's not disrespectful when he ain't disrespecting the club and stuff. Maybe this is his subtle way of.
Thing is, it can go probably three ways for Kane. He can stay at Tottenham and be a club legend. Probably won't win many trophies or the trophies that he wants to win, but he'll go down as probably his all-time top scorer, or he will continue to fucking be a dickhead, mistraining, and leave and be hated, and he'll end up getting hated because of the way he's treated the system, if you like.
Yeah.
Or he will just come out and say he's leaving. He wants to win trophies. He's an ambitious. Don't get wrong. He's a world-class striker, and if he goes to City, he will win trophies that he deserves. He deserves.
I think he'll go there and they'll finally win the Champions League. If he goes there, they'll finally win it, I think.
If you were to say off the cuff, then do you reckon quickly we'll go on it? Do you think so? If you were to say nailed on now, is he staying or going? Would you suppose say he's going?
I
think after that Sunday, I don't see how they can keep them. But great comment Chris has said here. What are City doing buying Grealish? They didn't need him, just a flex buy. Because I've mentioned this, how they've got Bernardo Silva, they've got Sterling, they've got Mahrez. Mahrez has probably been one of their best players last season. I mean, Ferran Torres.
It depends though, because they've got a few midfielders that might be going the other
De
way.
De Bruyne, Foden, like they're parked. They're parked with players. They didn't need a midfielder. They're just really adding to their. And Pep loves to rotate. I get that, but how much can you rotate in one season? But yeah, they should have replaced Aguero, which I think they will do. I think now that that's happened, now that Kane has not made any statements, I think the relationship between him and the club, he has to go. I don't think it's a case of Willie. I think he has to. It's just embarrassing.
I don't see how they can hate him though. Let's be real. Like the same thing with the Grealish.
Did you see the comments on social media yesterday? Are you watching Harry Kane? Stuff like that. He's your best player by a country mile. He's your best ever player. And don't get me wrong, I'm more threatened than Son. I really am. I think Son's more worrying than what Kane is on the field. 100%. Because Son does a little bit more. He's got more pace, and I feel like he can cut inside. Whereas Kane, he's a bit better in the middle, central. But do you think, before we move on, Chris is saying here, who replaces at Tottenham? I can see a Cardi from PSG. Do you think Son could be a permanent fix and then they just sort of bring in a winger? Because wingers are probably easier to come around these days, aren't they?
Son could do that as well, though.
this is what I mean. Do you think Son could perhaps be there for the foreseeable future? Because he's played in that position when Kane was out injured. Son was there all the time, and he seemed to do a good job of it. Do you think they could perhaps go down that route, or do they need to replace him with someone that is a little bit more like-minded to Harry Kane?
Depends, how long they see the vision for. Let's be real. Like he signed a new contract, didn't he, Son? Anyway, just recently, so he ain't going anywhere. But it just depends. Let's be real. If they get say 150 or whatever, 100 or mil, 130, whatever, then they're going to be expected to go and buy a fucking striker, aren't they?
Well, you'd hope so. I mean, 150 mil, you could get 2. You could probably get a striker.
If City did get Kane, that's £250 million.
Like that, bang. It's fucking scary.
We got somebody from Brazil. Thanks for tuning in. Not sure what time it is over there, but hope the weather's all good. Asking about the Club World Cup, mate. We're Arsenal fans, unfortunately. We haven't got that luxury. But from what I know, it is still a thing. I'm sure Liverpool celebrated it more than well enough.
It depends. Your team's in it. You want to win it.
Yeah, I feel like it's relevant to those that are in it. Yeah, I mean, that's just a dream for me at the moment. I'll tell you what, I'll take a Carabao Cup, Raphael.
Thanks for tuning in anyway, mate.
Yeah, cheers for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. No, but honestly, Club World Cup, that'd be the dream for us at the moment. That means we're somewhere in it. That means we're in a European competition. Cheers. But let's have a quick little look at the games coming up for the weekend. So you got Liverpool, Burnley, Villa versus Newcastle, Palace versus Brentford. Doesn't seem like as exciting as this week at the moment. Leeds versus Everton. That should be a cracking game, to be fair. Man City play Norwich. Can they finally get a win under the cards after 2 losses on the trot? Brighton versus Watford, Saints versus United, Wolves versus Tottenham, and then the one we are not looking forward to, Arsenal versus Chelsea. So
we've got a really
what we're going to do, right?
Month, haven't we?
I got an idea. We're going to pick a game for each other, right? So I'll pick for Sam. Sam will pick for Danny. Yeah, okay. and then we'll go around the room. So I'll pick for Sam. Sam can pick with Danny. Danny can pick with
boys, I can't even remember. Like, you just repeated it. I can't even remember the fucking fixtures.
All right, so I'll give you 3 to pick from.
Right, yeah.
I'll give you 3 to pick from, Sam. You can pick between Man United and Southampton, Liverpool and Burnley, and Villa and Newcastle. So
and who's it for?
Danny. For Danny.
Oh, okay, Villa, Newcastle.
Oh, God. Right, so just before you pick, Dan, so guys, if you haven't looked on our social medias or you didn't watch the last episode, we're doing predictions, and then basically whoever comes out with the least points at the end of the month is going to do a forfeit. So it works out, if you get the correct result, correct score as well as that, then you get 3 points, and then you get 1 point if you just get the correct team to win. Obviously, if you get a draw correct, then that's 1 point. If you get the correct score and result, then it's 3. But yeah, anyway, back to you, Dan, mate. Villa Newcastle. I'd say 2-1 Villa.
Can I pick any of these fixtures then?
Yeah. It's just because Sam didn't know them. So I could.
I think Leeds or Everton or Arsenal, Chelsea.
Who's this for? Me?
Well, yeah. No, me. And then I'll pick for you, Sam. Sam, for you, I'll give you time to think about it. I'm going to pick United and Southampton.
Oh.
Southampton are at home. You're probably best knowing that.
Then boy, you're Arsenal, Chelsea, mate. Sorry, boy, got to do it.
I'll tell you what, this could be a win-win. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea because hopefully, if I'm wrong, it means that the result's gone in our favour. But I can't see us not scoring. I feel like the players know we need scoring. Arteta knows. Bloody hell, I'd put himself up there and go up top if not. Depends on Aubameyang and Lacazette, doesn't it? Really, because they look like they're unavailable. So if it's the same team as Friday. No, 2-0 Chelsea. Yeah, 2-0 Chelsea, actually.
2-0 Chelsea?
Yeah.
I think it'd be more than that, mate.
Sorry, but it's hard to be motivated when you've got Balogun, Martinelli.
Motivated?
Motivated. He's back.
Are you writing this down then? So we can put it up for the scores?
So I've gone 2-0 Chelsea, and then I'm waiting
we'll
for
go
both
round.
of yours, actually.
Yeah,
Danny, you didn't say, did you?
Yeah, Danny, go for your Chelsea.
I've got Aston Villa, Newcastle.
Yeah.
2-1 Villa.
Yeah, that's what I would say probably for that one. Saints United's a tough one, I think.
No, I don't think so.
So hot and cold.
Hot
and cold, Southampton.
I just think
Lost Vestergaard, haven't they? They haven't got a tight enough back.
Nah,
four
fuck
now.
it. Should I just go? I'm just gonna go. I'll go 2-0 Southampton. Fuck it. Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's throw some mixes out there, boys.
I mean, if you
Range of things have happened.
If you end up the fourth at the end of the month,
It's gonna be because of that.
I'm just going to remind you of this result choice. I'm going to say that's why they're coming off a 5-1 win. You really think they're going to go and lose 2-0 to Southampton? Nah.
I'm just going for it. Anyway.
Right, all good. Then do Leeds Everton. I will for you, Miller.
That's a good game.
Could be anything, couldn't it?
2-1 Leeds.
Yeah, Leeds are at home, so yeah, I forgot to mention that. I can't believe you've gone south. Can't believe you've gone. Can't believe you've gone Southampton 2-0. That's baffled me. Sam, pick for Danny. I mean, there's only a couple other games left. To be fair, I'm going to try to do it so that we try and pick as different games as possible, so we can't all lose at the same time.
I thought the whole point is we were supposed to do it with. You know how we done it last time. We have 3 games each.
But yeah, we've still got 2. We've still got 2 left. So I'll do Leeds Everton as well. So I think 2-1 Leeds. I'm going to go completely opposite. Danny,
Leeds Everton.
I said 2-1 Leeds, didn't I?
2-1. I said 2-1 Everton.
Oh, I thought you said it.
No,
you said 2-1 Leeds. That's what you just said. I swear.
2 apiece.
2-2.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that's probably. I think that's actually the one that's going to come in, because I feel like Everton are so at the moment. At the moment, it's a bit tricky, isn't it?
And
then our last game, let's be nice, City versus Norwich, because I feel like this should at the moment. I don't know, but it should be an easy one to. It's going to be like 2-0, 3-0. It should be anyway. I got to be honest. I don't know too much about Norwich at the moment.
You don't need to. Fuck Norwich.
I'm going to go 2-0 City.
I think City have got to make a statement. I'm going to go 4-0.
Oh, I was going to say that. Fuck.
Oh, no.
I see you.
My dog.
I'll raise you. 5-0.
See that Danny's crying out for Love Island. I can see.
Yeah, 5-0. 5-0.
To be fair, I'm going to go watch it as well. Right, fine. That's our predictions. But guys, those of you that tuned in, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit the button if you're on YouTube. Don't forget to enter our giveaway, which ends on Thursday afternoon.
Yes.
Or you got to
grab yourself a new shirt.
Yeah, grab yourself a football shirt of your choice. Yeah, if it's an Arsenal one, then I mean,
we'll redraw it.
Yeah, in fact, no. What we do, we'll buy it from someone else. We'll find someone in Philippines or something that's selling it, and we'll make sure it's legit. But we're not giving our money to Kroenke. We're not giving it to Arsenal. But yeah, no. All you got to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel. All the information is on our Twitter and Facebook. But yeah, do that and predict the right top 4 for the end of this month. And basically, if I doubt more than one person will get it correct, I think it's going to be a very tough call because you're only talking about 3 or 4 games. So just to make that clear, it's the top 4 by the 31st of August. Because I know some people that entered were giving me their ones for the season. But no, the draw will actually close and the winner will be announced.
It could be West Ham at the top of the table. Who knows?
This is what I mean. I mean, you got the important thing to do is to look up the fixtures and stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to win a free shirt, make sure you go get involved in that on our Twitter and our Facebook. It will close on Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m. We will be back. When we will be back, I'm going to say Sunday, but it could not be. We've all got busy weeks.
Depends.
I've got 2 weddings this week, boys. I'm going to be knackered. Yeah, I'm going to be. It's all at once. Normality.
Depends. If I have a couple of beers or so, I might end up at that protest. You never know what happens, but. I
think you should go. I think you should go and let's get you a little merchandise, like a little Sideline Talk podcast hoodie.
No, you're right.
Go promote.
That is all
guys,
emotion.
Yeah. Get the wheels in motion for us, boys. Come on, let's have it. But yeah, make sure you go and support at the Conke Out protest on Sunday. Me and Sam went to the first one. We want to see the movement.
And Danny was there.
No, I wasn't.
Oh
there,
yeah,
was I? Wow.
Oh,
you
sorry,
were.
Danny. I forgot. Yeah, he was because he's the one who caught that little glimpse of me. Remember that little glimpse of me in that photo? I looked about 3
Like
times
20
the size I am now.
stone.
Yeah, literally.
The cameraman had to put a wide angle on his lens.
And the rest. No, but guys, we will be back at the end of this week. It will be Sunday or Monday. Let's hope that the week ends positively. It probably won't. I mean, it'll probably be just how this was for us Arsenal fans. But yeah, have a good week and we will catch you soon. Make sure you hit all those buttons, guys. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys.
See you later.